Welcome to Genesis of MS SQL. In previous video, we have understand and discussed on weight type, weight stats, and DMU related to weight stats. Let we go forward and understand how to set up baseline or capture weight stats and summary of MS SQL weight type. Let's discuss on agenda. Our agenda for this video is basic DMU for weight statistics, how to set up baseline and capture weight stats, demo, and summarizing different weight types. In demo, we will show the some demonstration related to that baseline, how to set up that baseline and capture weight stats. And in summarizing different weight types, we will recall that all the weight types we already discussed on previous video. Let's go ahead. We we all know that weight statistic basic DMUs presently sys.dmos weight stats sys.dmos weighting task sys.dm execute request and latest which is introduced in 2016 sys.execute session weight stats. We already discussed these DMUs in a previous video. Let's we go ahead and proceed further. How to set up baseline and capture weight statistics. Before that, basically the sys.dmos weight stats DMU data can accumulate over long period. If we integrate DMU for say top 3 weights on SQL Server instance, it will very difficult to know any of these weight represent a potential problem. Our goal is to understand the usual weight for an instance. Once we know the normal, then we can focus our tuning efforts. In order to establish that what normal, then it's necessary to track changes over time. We need to establish baseline for a historical weight statistic data. Therefore, we will learn how to set up baseline and capture weight statistics. Let's proceed further. Before that, we need to clear data, weight stats data. By default, SQL Server clears the cumulative weight statistics for an instance from the sys.dmos weight stats DMV upon an instance restarts. In addition, a DBA can clear the statistic manually using this command dbcc sql and mention that sys.dmos weight stats uh, in quotation comma clear. It will clear it will clear the cumulative weight statistic information. It not required to clear out weight statistic on regular basis. In order to analyze this data in meaningful way, we need to understand both normal behavior and abnormalities when comparing data from previous period to current data. It's important that DBAs should adopt a clear policy on timing and frequency of clearing weight statistics. Ideally, we need to collect weight statistics for the period that represent normal activity without clearing them. At same time, however, DBAs should understand how significant changes such as adding index or altering configuration setting affect the pattern of weight stats. For the instance, clearing weight stats immediately after making change can help us to understand impact of the modification. How we can capture that? Let's proceed. How we can capture that data? We need to first create table with a necessary column with type, name, value, time. Second part, insert stat from table. Right from that table, insert stats data on that table which we created, and we need to schedule this insert query every 30 minutes or 1 hour, uh, depending upon our situation. How we can how we can proceed to analyze this is this is decided by DBA itself. DBA should understand how significant it will be scheduled. After that, af- at time of analyze, we can read data by filtering necessary weight type. Let's proceed with demo. We are creating a table first with stats capture, weight type, column name, value and time. First we are creating this. After that we are inserting manually we are not scheduling yet. We are manually inserting data by this. Actually incorrect syntax. Oh, sorry, sorry. One closing bracket is missing. Yeah, 48 rows effect means 48 rows inserted. After that, we can read data 5 to 530. Let's assume 5 to 530. There is no weight type. Let's insert once again. Is there any weight type present? Okay. Async network IO and source scheduler YARD. Before that, first we clear that data by using this command. Before all these steps, creating, inserting and reading data, let's proceed with clearing this. This is a main part to clear the weights SQL sys.dmos weight stats information. After clearing, we already created that table. Let truncate that table and insert again. After that, after 5 minutes, uh, we will we will insert again and understand how to analyze how to analyze this capture data. Let's create some demo. We are we are running this we are running this wait for delay for 5 minutes. Actually, this will this will create a wait type event of wait for. We can see this we can see this date, wait type information in one of the DM views. Select star from sys dot dm execute request where session id equal to 52. It will provide the wait information of that query. You can see this information here. Command is wait info, and there is a last wait type wait for information, and current wait type also wait for information. Basically, this command generate a event of wait type as a wait for that information is also going in our sys.dmos wait stat. It's accumulating the time at for which the wait for information is start to end. After 5 minutes, basically after 5 minutes, 2 minutes is over. After 5 minutes, we will run again and see the data. It will capture the wait type in this scenario, and we can also see how much time that query is waiting with the wait type wait for. Meanwhile, we can also we already created one we already created one link server SQL 2012. uh, above instance is SQL 2016. In that we have created one link server SQL 2012 with name SQL 2012. This SQL 2012 connecting with one of the instance present in that locally uh, general अपना laptop. It's basically connecting that local instance. For demo purpose, I had created that. By using this, we are selecting some data. It's generating script. We select script. Wait for a second. While running this, 58. Let's see. Suddenly we need wait wait for a. Let's proceed with wait for command and run to capture some wait type. Uh, Wait type related to link server. We can capture wait type related to link server. I am selecting wait for delay 1 minute, and after that it will run below query. Before that, query will show wait information. Uh, wait for wait type, right? Af- After 1 minute, it will show OLEDB information. Might be. I'm not sure, but we can create some scenario to get that wait information. at 55 seconds we will go in that tab and refresh that query and understand. Sure, we had missed that query. Let's let's run another query, any other query. Let's proceed with any other. We had missed that query and wait type also. Let's run this query for 3 times. We will not miss this. Then. And remove this wait information. Forcefully we are generating that wait type. It's not a production environment, it's local environment. Therefore, I am forcefully creating this scenario by running this. Sorry, 58, 58. There are multiple select queries now. Now we run and go in second tab and run again. We have miss out again. Let's start and again we can capture this. We are unable to capture this. We are unable to uh, create that create that wait type environment, create that event of link server. Let's again we can proceed once. We will restart this. This SQL Server 2012 instance. We will restarting this, and again we are running this query, and again we can see this wait type, right? We had captured this. We had successfully created that scenario, and we had captured wait type as a OLEDB. Like you have seen that I'm restarted this SQL Server instance. We had restarted this SQL Server 2012 instance, and same time we had started running this query, and that time when we see this information recorded by a DM execute request, that that will show that a wait type showing as a OLEDB. Basically, this OLEDBs comes OLEDB will come when there is a any query which is using link server. Uh, you can see this that this query are using SQL 2012 link server, right? At that time, data is not getting not able to fetch. At that time, that wait type will come OLEDB, and we had created this demo. OLEDB event was created successfully. Let proceed with that baseline. This query already run for 5 minute wait delay, right? This query already we had run. We will cancel this query and we again insert this query and read that data. Basically, wait type only trade pool is captured. Let's run this query again for 5 minutes and check after 5 minutes. We will run this query again and uh, we can analyze this query after 5 minutes. Forcefully, I am generating that wait for wait type. We will come in after 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we will proceed with proceed with a summary of wait different wait types. We already discussed this topic on a previous video. We had classified wait type in the following categories: CPU related wait type, IO related wait type, backup related wait type, lock related wait type, latch related wait type, primitive related wait type, and miscellaneous related wait type. Let's proceed with CPU related wait type. Basically, I had already mentioned all the information in a slide itself. By reading that slide, one can easily understand this wait type, and it also one can easily understand how we can minimize that wait type. CS packet, let's understand CS packet. The CS packet wait type is directly related to the uses of parallelism during query execution. If you allow queries to run using parallelism, we will always see CS packet waits. Normally, this is nothing to worry about. So, we need to avoid knee-jerk reaction to turn off parallelism completely. Instead, we need to focus on minimizing this CS rate type by tuning the match degree of parallelism and cause the threshold for parallelism option so that the threshold are high enough that your large queries can benefit from using parallelism, but your small queries do not experience a negative impact. Similarly, there is a wait type of SOS scheduler YARD. SOS scheduler YARD wait type will always occur on every SQL Server instance since it is directly related to scheduling model that SQL Server uses to grant worker thread access to the processor. It can indicate a problem if the total wait time or total amount of waiting tasks suddenly increase compared to your baseline measurement. Uh, we are we It's necessary to make some baseline to compare that data from normal to some abnormal value. Most of the most of the time, large increase in SOS cellular yield weight also means an increase in CPU load. This increase can either be caused by SQL Server process itself or by another process outside of the SQL Server that require large amount of processor time, limiting the time SQL Server can access the processor. How we can minimize this SOS scheduler yield? If the SQL Server process is responsible for the increase in CPU load, we should try to correlate the increase in source scheduler yield weight with increase in user activity. Use the query store to find the queries that require the most processor time and focus on optimizing those queries by adding index, by filtering some data. Let's proceed with further weight type or thread pool. Thread pool weight types are one of the most alarming weight type to see on the SQL Server instance. They occur because there are not enough free worker thread available to process requests. So tasks that request a worker thread will have to wait until a new worker thread become available. Thankfully, thread pool waits are not very common as they have the potential to completely lock you out of your SQL Server instance. The only way to connect in those cases is by using dedicated administrator connection or DAC, which which I suggest you to enable on all SQL Server instances. The latter require a deeper investigation into why the number of active user connections suddenly increase. Let's proceed with IO related wait type. Async network IO. The async network IO wait type occur whenever an application requests query result from a SQL Server instance over the network and cannot process the return result fast enough. Seeing async network IO wait occur is completely normal, but higher than normal wait types can be caused by changes in return query result or network related problem. How we can minimize this async network IO? Lowering async network IO wait types that are application related can be achieved by decreasing the number of row and or columns returned to the application. We can minimize the number of row or column by filtering out the necessary records and also necessary column in the query. Let's proceed with further IO completion. Just like the async IO completion, wait type IO completion wait occur when accessing our storage subsystem. IO completion wait occur when SQL Server is waiting on non-data page operation to complete, like transaction log restore operation or reading a bitmap page like the GAM page. Whenever any query going goes in rollback, by killing that query and that query goes into rollback, at that time also IO completion wait type event will create. How we can minimize this? We need we need to focus on performance of our storage subsystem. First, resource semaphore. Let's proceed with the resource semaphore. The resource semaphore wait type is related to amount of memory a query need to perform certain operation like sorts and joins. An object name resource semaphore is responsible for managing and routing the memory request of query. If a query requests more memory than the resource semaphore can grant, the memory request will be moved into a resource semaphore queue. while the memory request is inside the resource semaphore queue. Resource semaphore wait time are recorded. How we can minimize? There are various methods to minimize the resource semaphore. We can we can add more memory in SQL Server instance, or we can optimize the query so sorts and join do not require so much of join. Another option is using resource governor, where we can define resource pool so as to minimize the impact of large memory request. Let's proceed further. We are summarizing this all. We already covered this topic in a previous video. This is a backup related bit type. Basically, this all bit type come at time of restore and backup time. It's not it's not very problem related bit type. Basically, at time of restore or backup time, it basically come. It does not have much impact on SQL Server. We will skipping this topic. If you want to understand, you can understand by reading the slide. Let's proceed further. Lock related with type also, it will come at time of if any session are locked by another session. At that time, that blocking session will come with a lock wait type. There is a different lock update, lock schema, lock update, lock exclusive, lock select, lock schema. There are different lock bit type are present in our SQL server. It's basically come at time of if any lock is uh, having in a current running query. At that time, that lock bit type will come. Latch. Basically, there are different latch related bit type. Page latch, IO, page latch, SH. The page latch wait type indicates that the buffer latch, which are used to protect in-memory pages, are running into other non-computable buffer latch. Just like lock latches have different mode, they use when protecting pages, and not all of these are compatible with each other. Seeing a large amount of page latch waits occurring can indicate cause of latch contention. Resolving latch contention can be challenging and frequently require making changes to database design or queries. Page IO latch wait type. Most common latch related wait type. This is a page IO latch. It is the most common latch related wait type together with C expected wait type. The page IO latch wait type is probably the most common wait type on SQL Server instance. The page IO latch wait type is directly related to movement of data pages on a storage subsystem into buffer cache of memory of our SQL Server instance. SQL Server uses buffer cache to minimize the number of interaction to our storage database. So as to maximize performance, whenever a data page is read into buffer cache, the page IO latch wait type will be recorded for the time it took to do so. Similarly, we have primitive related wait type. Basically, this wait type will come at time of there is any authentication uh, wait type related to performing authentication request by the Windows operating system. It's normally to see the primitive OS authentication OPS wait occur, especially when your SQL Server instance is a part of domain and user of Windows authentication to authenticate user. Higher than normal wait can indicate that authentication requests are taking long, taking abnormal to complete. This does not necessarily mean that your our SQL Server instance is running into a performance problem. If the domain controller cannot process the authentication request for fast enough, it will result in a higher primitive OS authentication OPS wait time. Minimizing a slow network connection to a domain controller firewall or switching configuration can impact primitive OS authentication OPS wait time, or if there is not much RAM or it's taking too much time to process at that time primitive OS authentication OPS wait type are recorded. Similarly, primitive OS write file gather wait type indicates that SQL Server is asking the Windows operating system to perform an operation on storage subsystem. Not all operation can be handled by SQL Server engine. For example, the growing of data file requires the execution of Windows function to allocate desired space on the storage subsystem. Instant file initialization is a setting in Windows that can lower the amount of primitive OS write file gather wait type. How we can minimize this? Performance of storage subsystem itself also play a large role in primitive OS write file gather wait type. Miscellaneous wait type, OLEDB wait type, OLEDB wait for and MSSQL MSQL X underscore XP wait type. OLEDB wait type can occur due to various sources that use object linking and embedded database client provider. Most of these sources are related to remote data source. Like we had already seen this demo, like link server. Some internal process also use the OLEDB client provider, most notably the DVCC command. Seeing higher than normal wait times on the OLEDB wait type doesn't have to mean there is a performance problem, especially when they can correlate it to a planned DBCC command execution. Seeing higher than normal wait times outside DBCC command when you are using remote data source like link server can mean that the remote data source is experiencing performance problem. Like we had already seen one of the demo, we had restarted the instance of a remote server, and same time we had run that query, and that query goes into a suspended state uh, by recording a wait type as a OLEDB. How we can minimize in this case? Focus on we need to focus on data source. If the source has a problem, it is a bond to affect the OLEDB wait types as well. Similarly, wait for the wait for wait type is one of the few wait types that are directly related to execution of TSQL command. In the in this case, the wait the wait for wait type doesn't indicate any performance problem with SQL Server instance. It just indicates the wait for command is being used by a query or script. The wait for TSQL command will only impact the execution time of query or script that uses itself. It's minimizing the only way to lower wait for wait type is by removing wait for command inside queries. We had already demonstrated this wait for query by running the TSQL wait for query. We will see that the wait type it will capture in our baseline or not. After this completion, we will see that. Similarly, there is a MSSQL underscore XP wait type. Does it having two different things? It detects the time it takes to execute extended procedure, seeing higher than normal wait times on the MS. MSQL underscore XP wait type frequently indicates an extended procedure is taking longer than normal to complete. How we can minimize? We need to try to detect the extended procedure which is being executed and what is the function of that procedure and how we can troubleshoot that extended procedure easier. Let we go back to our demo part. We had already run this again for 5 minutes. Let's see by inserting this manually 57 and by reading this query. Let's I'm changing this time to 6 o'clock. By running this query, select query, we can see that wait for information, wait for wait type is recorded in our baseline. At time of analyzing, we can see that wait for wait type is recorded for more than 5 minutes. Actually, this wait time is given in a millisecond. We can convert into a second or minute. Select that second and to divide it by 1000. It will give a millisecond to second. We need to divide by 1000, 300, and by dividing by 60, it will give a minute. Basically, 5 minutes. At 5 minute wait type is recorded. How we can minimize this wait type? Basically, we had already seen there is no other way. There is no other way uh, to minimize this wait for information. The only way is to remove this wait for query from the command itself. For demonstration purpose, we had forcefully created this wait type. Similarly, we had already seen this primitive OS authentication OPS. Actually, this wait type had come because the login which we had used to log in that instance is a Windows authentication instance. Therefore, that primitive OS authentication OPS with time is captured in our baseline table. Let's summarize once again how we can capture this. First, before starting this uh, baseline activity, we need to clear this sysdm OS wait stats information by running this dbcc SQL perf. After that, we need to create this table. We need to create this table. We need to create this table. After that, we need to schedule this insert command. We need to schedule this insert command every 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending. This is a DBA call. Depending upon the granularity, how they need to analyze that data. If you capture this in 15 every 15 minutes, the granularity it will give a more accurate data. If you if we run this insert query every 1 hour, that that query will give a general data. If we give a 30-minute, if we run this query every 30 minutes by scheduling job, that will give some general average accurate data. Need to schedule job. Ideally, we can schedule this job every 30 minutes. After that, for reading for reading that data, for reading that data, we had start time and end time which need to be decided at time of analysis analyze at time of analyze. We will set that start time and end time. We also filter the necessary weight type which need to be analyzed. Basically, I already mentioned all the weight type which is very important for a DBA purpose, for any uh, database for any DBA person. CS packet, which is already explained in a current video and in a previous video. I had already explained all the weight type, how we can minimize that weight type, at at what time it record, at what event the weight type will come. This all have already covered in this video and in a previous video. Let's proceed further. We had already covered this all scenario one by one. Again, some basic DM views. After that, how to set up baseline or capture weight statistic, create table, insert, need to create table, insert that query into that table. After that, uh, we need to create that SQL agent job for that insert query, for to run every 30 minutes to insert that query into that table from SQL sys.dm os weight stats. For reading, we can filter out the necessary weight type and the time range. There are different weight types we already covered in this video: CPU related, IO related, backup related, lock related, latch, primitive, miscellaneous. We had also seen the query of OLEDB weight type and recorded in a sys dot. This is a query related to link server that has been recorded as a OLEDB weight type. We have already seen in a previous demo, right? Now we are winding up. If you have any doubt, You can comment in this video. If you have any suggestion, you can give me a comment on this video, and I will sharing this command in a I will share this command one to one. You can comment on this video. I will share this command in on Gmail one to one. If anyone needed this command, that baseline command, you can ping me. You can ping me in Instagram or in this video comment or WhatsApp. If you have my WhatsApp number, you can ping me. I will give you this baseline capture query. Okay, I am winding up this video. Okay. Please share and comment. Thank you. Also subscribe my video YouTube channel. Thank you.